Amazon Publishing, what is going on? Welcome back to Gamebook Collector. I hope everyone is doing well. So in this episode, I wasn't really wanting to put it out there in case it came of a bit of a rant, but I feel I have to address it. It's to do with Amazon Publishing and their game books. Now this, I must get off my chest straight away, this is absolutely nothing to do with the authors of the book at all, how the story is written, etc. It's purely to do with the publishing by Amazon. Now, obviously I don't know the money involved and obviously the campaign involved to create these books. As I said before, it's nothing to do with the storyline or the author of the game book, it's the presentation of the book by Amazon, and I'll basically show you what I mean. So over the last year or so, I've purchased a number of game books from Amazon, and I've started to notice they've got a kind of pattern to their publishing here. And what I mean by that is one here I've got, and it's by D.L. Lewis and Army of Bones, right? And I've not read the game book, so it's not a criticism of the storyline or how the game book plays. It's merely the publication by Amazon. When I buy a book myself or collect a book, I don't just collect game books. I've got quite an extensive library of other books as well over the years. I do look. It's just the whole package of the book. It's the writing, the font, how the book is presented, also the artwork as well. But these game books, this is really irritating, and I just don't like this at all. It's only my opinion on it. We're going to start off with the covers, alright? The back cover and the front cover, and it's nothing to do with artwork. It's the book itself. It's this glossy cover by Amazon. It's horrific, alright? It's just so this one's D.L. Lewis, Army of Bones. You can see it. It's just this greasy kind of below par glossy cover. Okay, so that one's there. Another one with D.L. Lewis as well. Again, I've not read these books, as I've said. It's merely an observation of the package of the game book, you know, the publication of it. So again, we have the shiny glossy cover. It just doesn't fit for me at all. I just don't know why Amazon do this with books, and it's not just these books here. Game books, they do it with a large selection of books I've ordered from Amazon. Even if I order books online and you don't even know who the publisher is, the company that publishes it, the book arrives, and as soon as you see this, you also automatically think, yep, that's from Amazon. So again, this glossy cover. Alright, again, we've got another book here, What Dream May Come, Troy Anthony Schermer. Again, great artwork on the cover there, and it's just this badly printed gloss. It just doesn't fit at all. This game book itself, now I've not read this one either, it's got very large font or text within the book, but one thing is, you can see that there, the artwork in this game book is absolutely fantastic. It's blown me away, the artists, and fair play to the artists. You look at that, that is absolutely astonishing. Let's get that in focus. That is absolutely astonishing. That is fantastic artwork. And this is throughout the whole book. Look at that. That is fantastic. And I believe the artist is Kev Crosley. I've not heard of the chap. I'm not aware of his work. I'm not sure if he's done his previous work. I need to go online and check. But this book here, look at that. That is fantastic. However, we get to the front cover, and we gave Kev Crosley again, 2022, and a fantastic cover. This font looks familiar. Is it You Die or You Horror or something? I've used this font myself in videos before. But Savage Realms game books, it's just this gloss. It's just covers artist's work. It just doesn't sit. Again, there you go, printed by Amazon, Great Britain. Printed by Amazon, Great Britain again. So there's a theme here with these Amazon game books. So we're moving on to The House in Sentinel Hill, another game book over the last year and a half. It's by Graham Plowman, a Lovecraftian horror game book. Again, the game book itself looks really good. Again, I've not read this game book. It's one that I've got in the collection. Again, straight away, didn't know who the publisher was. As soon as I found it out of the packaging, I thought, that's Amazon, and sure enough, printed in Great Britain by Amazon. They're trademarks all over the front covers. So again, pure gloss. So moving on to this one, Death by Halloween. This is slightly different. Now, if I got this game book, I thought myself, this isn't Amazon's published this, because it's got a slightly waxy cover. It's very similar to Ace Gamebooks, Jonathan Green's cover. That's Beowulf, Beast Slayer. This has got a different type of kind of feeling texture to it. Now this one here, Death by Halloween, the back's the same, and you open up and it says printed by Amazon. So that's unique, that's different. That's not the gloss. Moving on again. James A. Hirons, Paranormal Hero, another game book, and again, looks very interesting. They've not played this either. Again, nothing to do with the author again, and yep, printed by Amazon. Now, if that was me, myself, and I was an author and I was getting the game books through before they got released, and I seen this cover, this gloss, I just wouldn't be happy with it at all. It does not sit for me. I just would not be happy with that. That really irritates me. This gloss just really irritates me. Now, it's 2022, we're supposed to be moving on a bit with technology, and you see here, books like Out of the Pit, the old fighting fantasies, you've always got the gold print there and the font, striking. I mean, that's from the 1980s, right? Now, again, obviously these Kickstarter campaigns, how much they raise to obviously make these books, or whatever contribution from other people the authors have, I don't know, but it's not about that, it's just about Amazon's way of publishing these game books. So having a look at, as I said there, Ace Gamebooks, Jonathan Green. Now all these game books seem to have this kind of wax kind of cover, and it's totally different from this gloss, and it does fit the game book. And I'm going to mention something else here. We've got Osborne Gamebooks, Curse Breaker. Now that's not, it's kind of more matte colour, a matte feel as well, different from the gloss of Amazon. I'm going to mention something, and that it's not just the game book cover, but it's also the colouring of the pages. And what I mean by that is, I'll just bring these back up here. It sounds like a bit of a rant, but I don't mean to be a bit of a rant. It's just my preference, and it really annoys me over the years. There's things are meant to be moving on a bit, and it feels with Amazon sometimes it's going back the way. I mean, if you're buying a product, okay, you're buying for the story, maybe the artwork as well, but it's also the presentation of the book. And go, wow, that looks really good. But when you get this gloss, it just looks cheap. It just looks lazily done, and I don't like saying that. It just irritates me, because these books are not cheap. I mean, these are I know the prices on these books. I paid over £10 for some of these ones. Maybe £8.99, £7.99, somewhere over £12. I think this one was about 15 maybe. It's a lot of money. It's not a couple of quid. They're dearer than the fighting fantasy game books. So I'm going to mention, as I said, there's something else. It doesn't fit either for me, and that is the pure white gloss paperwork, or pages, sorry. The paper in the book is like out of printer. It's just this horrible gloss. It's just this horrible white, bright paper. So these three books have it. Fortunately, you can see the difference hopefully here. You've got What Dreams May Come, the gloss outside, but the inside of the book, the paper is slightly more cream. Alright, again, Halloween white, and James A. Hirons Paranormal Hero white as well. Looking towards Beowulf, you've got a nice cream colour. It's sort of dark, it's not pure white. I don't know if you can pick this up in the camera. So you're looking at the colours of the books themselves, the paperwork used. This is just maybe a controversial topic, I don't know, but it just frustrates me. So in this one here, What Dreams May Come, it's kind of off-white, and it fits the book very well, except this cover, this gloss. I mean, Army of Bones, D.L. Lewis, fair play to him. He's artist as well, so he's contributed to the artwork in the book as well. However, the paper in this book looks like it's came from a local stationery shop. It's very similar to, for example, Collins Gems mini books. There's one about mushrooms. Okay, very glossy cover. It's not a game book. Very glossy inside. I know these are not glossy inside, but this horrible, just horrible cover, hard wearing glossy cover. It just doesn't do it for me. If you look at this latest one with Steve Jackson, Steve Jackson, Secrets of Salamonis. Only thing I was going to say about that, the Fighting Fantasy 40-year logo has now started to fade once your fingers goes on it, but this does stand out. The print, the font, the gold font, it's like the dragon sign on the Gamebooks. It became from after Puffin. I mean, things have moved on. I just don't think Amazon. I just think it's just a cheap production, and it's letting authors down. I mean, as I said before, if I was an author and these books like came through my door, hey, this is before we publish your game books, what do you think? Now, yeah, great, but I wouldn't be happy with this at all. I would not be happy with this. The quality of print, this gloss. For example, this book here, Atlantis by David Gibbons. If you pick this book up on the shelf, which I did, sorry, you can see this seal in the book. It's gold, it's kind of indented in the front cover. Atlantis, the font is raised, etc. And that stands out. Inside is a standard novel paper you get for novels. But it fits the book. I just don't understand how money invested in Amazon, they can't produce, on the size of a company like Amazon. You've got Amazon Prime, they make movies, they make television shows, they cannot produce covers for books even at this standard. It's very poor by Amazon. So it's not a video I wanted to make. As I said there, I've never read these Wiggin books. I'm going to do them. I'm sure they're fantastic, as I said there, but if I was the author of these game books and they get dropped through my door for like a preview before they get released into the public realm, I would not be happy with this blurry, it's not even sharp, it's just like blurry, smudgy, kind of glossy design on the front covers. It's poor. You know, it's just the pages, the paper's too bright, it's too white. It just doesn't work for me anyway. That's annoying me just now looking at this. It's annoying me enough to make a video of it actually. So this is not your usual video from me, but again, we pay a lot of money for books and we want to enjoy them, but it's a package as well. If this was sitting on the shelf and I picked this up out of, say, Waterstones, for example, at a local bookshop, I picked it up, Army of Bones, I'd be like, oh, I don't know about this one. It looks cheap, alright? It looks cheap. I'm sorry. Death by Halloween looks a bit different. It's more kind of, as I said before, a more kind of ace game book waxy cover by Amazon. So I don't know what the deal was struck by the author there. David Workingtons, yep. Paranormal Hero again here, James E. Hirons. Dear me, even the font and some of the front covers here are not great. I don't know if the author has much input in there. I just don't like that writing at all. And the top there, literally immersive game books. You can see that there on the camera. Again, I just find that not appealing at all for font. He's went for a large font size in the back. And again, very white. Very, very white pages. So that's this episode of Gamebook Collector. It's not one episode I really want to make actually. As I said there, we do pay a lot of money for books as well, and I've collected a large number of them over the years, and it's the overall package sometimes. It's not just about the story in the book, it's how the book looks, it comes across, and the artwork inside, and also the the design of the book by the publisher. And as I said before, maybe that I'm not sure how much input the publisher, sorry, the author has. Which I'm losing my out of the pit there. Just trying to run away. How much the author has on the publication of these books and the design quality of the covers, but I'd like to see things change by Amazon, but I doubt it very much. So that's this episode of Game Book Collector, and really all I want to really see is the author's hard work when it comes to fruition, when it comes to the end result, that hard work they've put into the story, etc. is basically put out there by the publisher. It's the whole final product when it's mixed in the mixing bowl and it's cooked and baked and served. Analogy there. It looks apart as well, and I feel sorry for maybe some of the authors here that, or not just these authors, but all authors when they get their book published. It's an amazing feeling that when it comes across by the publisher, that the final product or how it looks, maybe it's not up to their standards or expectation. Anyway, thanks again for watching this episode of Game Book Collector, and I'll see you again in the next episode. For watching.